When you ran opt-ins, what was your opt-in rate?
I don't know.
Oh, bro, like,
Yeah.
you won't be able to scale.
Correct.
Everyone gets 8?
No, those three
Or
people.
8 total?
8%
Each.
each.
So it's like 24%.
Correct.
Bro, what the? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I kind of regret it now. So my name is Benjamin Huang. I am from Houston, Texas, and I run a marketing agency that serves real estate investors. I've been doing it since I was 15 and I'm 18 now. During that time, I've been able to scale from 0 to last month. We hit a record month and we did $111,000 for the month of September 2023. So when I was 15, I was obviously a freshman. I found out that SMMA was the business to start because number one, you didn't need any cash to start it. Number two, I heard somewhere back then where it was like, if you can run, or if you can do sales and marketing, you can do any business in the world. So it pretty much aligned with sort of those values. I was running it in class, dealing with VAs in class during tests. I had to step out to take sales calls and I never really got work done. I was running my business in class. Right after I graduated, everything just went up from there. And then this year, 2023, I dropped down to 15K a month. That was like the first month that I lost money. So I was very, very upset. And my friend was like, just close one more, just pay, just get something. And here, I'm just trying to figure out how my goal is to really scale to 500K a month and write it out from there.
I'm excited.
You're all good, man.
Thanks for calling, bro. Where'd you come from?
Houston.
Yeah?
I'm the
Dude, you're the
18-year-old.
second Houston guy. We had another Houston guy today, too.
That's awesome. I'm the 18-year-old from Friendswood.
Hell
You
yeah.
messaged me. Yeah,
Oh, no
that's,
shit.
yeah, that's me. I live in Manville right
Dude,
now.
That's amazing. Anyway, so head agency real estate, you're doing 111K.
Yes, sir.
You're the only closer.
I'm
then
the
what
only
else?
closer. I have 2 setters.
Okay.
And that's my sales team.
Okay.
For client success and backend, I have 1 client success coach,
Okay.
1 operations/tech person.
Okay.
I have 2 media buyers, and I have 1 lead manager.
All right. So let's get this real quick. These setters are for you. They call or DM, or what do they do?
They call. It's
They
like
just call.
intro calls. Correct.
All calls. Okay. So 15-minute calls. They set it for you. You're the one closing the deals. You have a coach. In terms of the coach, what does this coach do? Is it just
He coaches our clients. He's pretty much the leader almost of our client success team.
right? So it's not like you're not just media buying. You're also like coaching them.
Correct.
So this would be a guy who's like, hey, your funnel, or like, hey, you need to do this on your sales calls, or
He's
okay.
done the business, so he's actually able to coach.
Right.
them.
Okay.
Yep.
Which is unique to an ad agency, by the way,
Correct.
and that's probably why is that why you're doing that?
Yeah, because
You have a
he's
better experience.
correct.
Okay.
100%.
Cool. Why did you do real estate? Just curious.
Growing up, I always wanted to be a wholesaler,
Okay.
but being 15, you can't wholesale. So
Okay.
it was like vertical
And it's
alignment.
wholesale? Is it wholesale?
Correct.
Nice. Okay. And then tech guy, I'm just assuming this means like he does your funnels
Onboarding,
and
yeah.
Okay. Media buyers, that's for the clients, obviously. And then they're doing this for real estate agents.
So let's say you're a wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
My goal is to generate motivated sellers who are looking to sell because they're going to pre-foreclosure.
So you find them people who want to
Correct.
sell.
And then our client setters qualify them and send them as an appointment.
So these people who pay you, they're usually like, I don't know what they make on a deal, but what do they make on an average deal?
10K on average, 10 to 15.
Okay, so making 10. So it's high ticket. Okay, so 10K to 15K. So your ads are like, hey, do you have a home you want to sell?
Correct. Sell your house faster.
All right, let's go through this. How much do you pay these guys?
Setters are $1,000 base, 5% cash collected.
Okay, 5%. Why 5%? Is there a reason?
My mentor always told me it was just 5%.
Okay, so I would consider maybe doing 3% and a $1,500 base.
Okay.
It's just like 5%'s okay right now, but like if you're paying 15% to a sales team, that's a lot, dude. Like that's
Really?
I think so. I mean,
Okay.
because like you're a closer right now,
Yes.
so that's not real. So like if you had to pay a closer 11 grand plus 5%, that's like that's like 16,000. Think about it this way: if you made $1 million in a month, you'd pay 100,000. 15% is 150. That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
Like it's not a huge deal. Probably, to be honest with you, the 5% it's probably not negligible because like right now. But I'm just thinking scale. I always think of like big numbers because
100%.
like if you do something now and then you try to change it later, it could be a problem.
Yep.
Okay. Client coach, how much does he make?
He makes 7K a month. Context, he's built teams for Fortune 500 companies. He's built a wholesaling company himself, so he's actually done the business.
Yep.
And he has leadership skills. He knows how to He retains our clients for us, so he does the client renewals, and he's done a phenomenal job.
Is that all he makes? Does he make anything else?
A little bit of commission. So
for what?
Client renewals.
Okay, yeah, I do that. Okay, so percentage. So what I usually do, just so you know, is 5K plus they usually get commission, and then typically I'll pay him almost like a sales rep.
I would also like to add on something in regards to that. My goal is to make him COO or eventually CEO of the company.
This guy?
Yep, client success coach. He's like 60.
Okay.
He has the business experience. He knows how to talk to people better than I can.
Okay.
And in my personal opinion, with the experience I have, I think he can be a lot better of a CEO and a COO better than I can.
You think he better be CEO than you?
Or he can run the company better than I can.
CEO is like face, vision.
Oh,
Okay. That's how I think of a CEO. So like I do both. I have done both for a long time because I built my company. COO is like operations. Operations is like problems in the business. So it's like, okay, the business is having a lead problem. What do we do? That's a COO. Or it's like, hey, the business is like the sales reps aren't performing. Like, what do we do? Gotcha. So I think of like the COO is more back end, like that type of stuff.
Okay.
I highly doubt. I'll say I don't know him, but I'm saying like already talking to you, you don't seem like you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like the way you're describing this, you're 18, you're like that's a very COO type mind. You're probably also that too. Again, I'm not against that. I'm glad you're giving me context, but I just want to make sure like if you're thinking operations would be like working with people, systems, the marketing strategy, that like it's behind the scenes. This is more people can see you. So that's fine if that's what you want to do, but just also keep in mind, you know,
CEO sounds a lot.
Well, and you're also a smart kid. Like, I mean, it's also like part of your culture, like different cultures. Like, I mean, I have a lot of Asian friends. Like, I know how that culture works. Like, it's very like book driven, very intellectual. You already sound very intellectual.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that to just, if that's something you feel you need to do, it's your business. But I mean, I'm very confident already listening to you. Like, you probably could, I mean, you know media buying, you know tech, you understand funnels, right? So it's like that's operations.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
7K plus percent. What does this guy make?
$1,200 a month.
Super cheap. Okay, so foreign, I'm assuming. Are they foreign?
Mexico. She's from North Carolina, lives in Mexico.
Nice. Okay. Media buyer.
So one of them I pay them $1,500. The other one I pay $4K.
Okay. Why? What's the difference?
The one that is paid $4K, I just brought him on. He actually runs my agency ads. He's managed over like.
So he runs ads for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're also bringing him on to run our clients' ad accounts as well. The other guy is just like a junior media buyer. The eventual goal is to make the guy, Matthew, who's doing 4K, I want to pay him like 6, 7K and run all 40 of our client ad accounts as well as our agency ads.
You got 40 clients.
Because he's very skilled and he knows.
Okay, so the only thing I would tell you, so who did you hire first?
I hired 1,500 first.
Okay.
And then 4K I just brought on like.
Is this Friday. Like where's this guy from?
Kenya.
Okay, is he full time?
No, it's part time.
Part time. Does he interact with clients?
In Slack.
That's it. So he doesn't have phone calls, Zoom calls.
No.
Okay. By the way, I mean 1,500 in Kenya. That's probably a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's part time. I mean, you could probably get him full time. Okay. So the only issue I possibly would have is this guy. I'm not a huge fan of like he's running his agency and working for you because that you're paying him more. You're paying him triple this guy. I get he's in the States, but you're paying him triple this guy, and he's giving you part time effort. Now, if you can get him to full time, I agree. Like 4K is like that might be part time, but the thing is like if you pay him 6 or 7, is he going to be full time? My guess is probably not.
That is the goal.
Is that
Yes,
he said that?
Yeah, we've agreed on that.
Okay. Then that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Because like what I don't want is he's running his agency and he's doing that's not going to work. And what I promise you, like no matter how skilled they are, never works.
Never works.
Never works. Okay. Client setter, how much does he make?
$1,500 a month.
Okay, so just so I'm clear, like do you guys run all the ads to the same type of funnels, and then like how does he know whose lead it is, or
we set up automation. So let's say a new lead comes in for this page or this go high level sub ad account, shoot a zap to this Slack channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a simple.
So it's like this is this person's lead.
Yep.
Okay, and then
she just
sets whoever for whoever. It doesn't matter.
Correct.
I like that. I mean, I like that a lot because it's like they're probably not doing it.
I would also like to add on one more thing. This is, now thinking about it, wasn't the best idea. Whenever we renew a client success coach, tech, and media buyer gets each 8% of cash collected on the renewal. Kind of regret doing that. And for me, for the longest time, I struggled to renew clients. I was like, guys, I will do anything if you guys can just renew a client. And now they're just like renewing them. So so I do 3-month contracts. On month 4, let's say I renew them for like 2K. Each person gets 8% of 2K.
Everyone gets 8?
No, those 3
or
people.
8 total?
8%
Each. So it's like 24%.
Correct.
Bro, what the that's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
and I kind of regret it now.
No, you can't do that.
And I don't know how to take it away from them because they're like really.
No, you can do what you do. Okay, what would you pay a sales rep to close a call?
I would pay them. Closer is 10%.
Right. So you go back to them, you say, hey guys, I'm really sorry. I made a dumb decision. We can do 10%, and then you can split that between them. But like, bro, you can't.
Yeah.
Look, the way you handle that, it happens in business. You just say, hey guys, I love you guys a lot. I want you to be here. I super appreciate what you've done. I made a bad decision because I'm new. I'm new to CEO, and like I haven't done it before. I'm 18, whatever. Okay. I thought that was a good decision. It's not, because there's not enough margin for the business. I really don't want you guys to feel like I'm punishing you, but we need to bring that back down. So I wanted to talk to you guys, like I need to get it to 10%. Is there a way you guys can work with me on that?
I do have a follow-up question to that. For me, one of the longest times, I spoke to a friend who's about to exit his company right now. He's like 21. Whenever he audited my sales huddle calls, he said one of my biggest problems was I was a very bad leader. So my question for you,
you're 18 though.
My question, yeah. And one of the biggest things he said that.
So keep going, but it's like, just also keep in mind, like, you're 18, you're not supposed to be good. So, and I like that you're trying to improve, but also just give yourself some grace. It's like, you're doing stuff at 18 that most grown ass men have never done in their life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. Like, I think something for you to know is like, you will make mistakes, you will mess up, but I think as long as you tell your team, you're like, hey, look, I don't know everything yet. I don't know what I don't know, but you just like, you treat people well, like they'll see that and they'll feel that. Cause like you're not supposed to know everything.
Correct.
But anyways, keep going.
So one of the biggest things he told me about becoming a better leader was that shift everything from you to them, right? For example, with my sales team, I tell them to track KPIs, right? But who does that ultimately benefit? It benefits me, right? Because it gives me the numbers or whatever. So for an example, to shift it back on them, it's like, hey guys, the reason we want to track KPIs is because you're able to go in, track your projections, and forecast your.
Yeah, correct.
OT.
Yeah, it's in their. What he's trying to say is you make it in their self-interest. Correct.
So how would I sort of do that for that?
Because you turn it back to the goal of the team. So you guys look, like right now, I know you're making 24%, and so you like that because that's a huge benefit for you, and I understand. But the problem is that if we don't get more money back in the business won't be able to scale, and so then you guys actually are going to make less money, and the business might go out. Like we might go out of business because we're not going to, like, because dude, like, you won't be able to scale.
Correct.
I mean, what I do on my team is the client success coach is the one who gets all of it. And the reason they get all of it is because they're the one who's talking to the client every day. So to be quite honest, I would also rank it in most important. Like it's probably 1, 2, 3, right?
Correct.
So I probably would be like, 7, 2, and 1 or something.
Yeah.
Or like so they still get some upside. Or if you want to make it even 3, 3, and 3, but if this person's doing the most work, I think you should tier it fairly and say, hey guys, so look, I think a mistake I made is I did too much total, and I also want to make it fair based on how much interaction you have with the client. So what I'd like to do is 5 or 6 here, and then this one would be like 2 or 3, and then that would be 1 or 2.
Correct.
That's what I would do.
I really like that idea.
How do you get clients right now?
Strictly paid ads.
Strictly paid ads? Okay, so like what's your funnel?
Add to a type form.
First thing is a type form.
Correct. Not even on a funnel. It's just the type form link.
Okay, go ahead.
To Calendly.
Okay.
And then to thank you page.
Okay.
And then intro is setter. So point my setter. And then sets to closer, which is me. And then to client success team.
Right, and then call. Okay, so why do you not run it to an opt-in form?
That's a great question. And that is something that I wanted to ask about because every single time I ran it to an opt-in, it just didn't convert. And that's another reason I'm struggling with scaling my ads because Hyros doesn't integrate with Typeform that way. You have to embed it on a funnel. But whenever that happens, whenever I ran an ad with an opt-in page, it just doesn't convert due to like load speed or something. So I wanted to show you mine eventually to.
The only issue is like you don't know the drop off, right? When you run an ad to an opt-in page, right? Why do you do that? To get their email, right? So what I'm asking is, can you get an email in type form and then put it into, what software do you use?
Go high level.
Go high level, okay. So what I'm saying is, when you get this filled out, can you put that in Go high level with the Zapier?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine then. Typically, when you run something to a type form with 600 questions, you get less people.
Correct.
Okay, so all I'm saying is like, if you tried this and it didn't work, then I'm not gonna tell you to go try it again because you said it didn't work, okay? But my thought is typically on an opt-in page, you could get like 40%, and then this you might get like 15, so you're getting a massive drop off. Maybe, I don't know. Like when you ran opt-ins, what was your opt-in rate?
I don't know.
You don't know? Like who ran your funnel?
No, I ran it, but I wasn't looking at the data. I never tracked.
Okay, yeah, so,
data.
oh bro, like.
Yeah.
That's the first key, because if you have a low opt-in rate, your funnel can't work. So next, if you ever do that again, you have to know the opt-in rate. A decent opt-in rate typically is like 30%. I have some of my funnels that are like 60%.
Wow, okay.
Okay, are you able to pull up the opt-in page you had?
Yeah.
Pull it up. Where's it at? ClickFunnels or where is it?
Go high level.
Okay, pull it up.
So that's something that we actually just added, where it's like a button where you click on it and then it goes to the type form page.
Yeah, but that's pointless. Okay, that's why I did. Okay.
All right. Like, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, not to make you feel dumb, but I want you to think
I
through
really
it.
appreciate it.
What is the point of an opt-in page? Think about that. What is the point?
Capture person's info.
Okay, so click. What do you capture when you click that? Nothing.
Yeah.
Bro, like that's the most pointless, that's the worst opt-in page I've ever seen in my life.
Okay.
Think about what you just did. Like the whole point of this page is to get an email, and you go to when you click and then it just takes you to the next page, you get nothing.
100%.
Bro, that is the worst funnel I've ever seen. And you're like, it didn't work. You create an extra step without getting anything out of it. So you know what happens? You get 50% drop off on every step.
And then I get another 30% drop.
No.
Yeah.
My God.
One of the
That's painful to watch, man. That was hard.
we actually implemented this like 2 weeks ago, so we were gonna run this. We never ran this, by the way.
No, do not run this until you get the email.
100%.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you some to-dos as we're going, because you're driving me nuts, bro. The good news is the more you f up, the more stuff you can fix, the better your business will do. So I guess right now we want you to f up, but yeah. Okay, so 2 type forms. Okay, so these are your to-dos. 2 type forms. One for ads. You only use it for ads. You don't give it to anyone else. No one knows it exists. It's only for your ads. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Only 1 type form for referrals. That way, when someone comes in, you know this was a referral, this was ads. If these are mixed, how do you know that this ad spend is working or not? You don't. I mean, you do, but you don't know how good, because you're like saying, oh yeah, I just use the same one for both. I mean, like, what if you have 2 media buyers and you're like, yeah, they just use all the same stuff. Well, how do you know which media buyer is better?
You don't.
Okay? So what I'd recommend is you do 1 of 2 things. You do add to an opt-in. Okay, opt-in means get their email and get their phone number if you want. Okay, you'd have to test this. And I would split test email and name, and then email and phone number. Email, name, and phone number. Okay? And then on this page, you're gonna have a VSL. And then here you do your thank you page, and then it goes straight to a sales call. Okay?
Where do they book a call?
Right here.
Oh.
Buttons under the VSL, dude. This is what a setter usually should do. So what you would do is that. Then here, the video explains what's going on. Hey, XYZ. If you're interested, go ahead and fill out this form. Then when they fill out the form, they'll book a call. But here's the thing. You're like, well, what if there's drop off? Well, guess what? Your setters are getting 4 times the amount of people opting in. The other thing is that you're actually gonna be able to track it though. Because right now you can't track anything. Now, I know you said that you tried putting this on embedded pages. That's the only other option.
Setter doesn't intro this guy.
Nope, all they do is they try to qualify people here. And then if they get a bad app, your setter is gonna reach out and say, hey, you know, we gotta clarify some shit, or they'll cancel the call. You'd cut the setter out and it goes straight to a sales call. That's how you scale to $1 million a month. You can't scale doing the setter stuff usually that way. It's too hard, dude, because it's like.
What do your setters do right now?
They DM people, and then they, like, we run our ads mostly to Messenger, but they'll either call people or they'll DM them. And then if they book a call with us and they're not qualified, we'll go back and say, hey, we got to follow up. If they don't respond and stuff, we'll cancel their call. So they protect you from talking to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What we do is we will run a type form on LinkedIn and Indeed. We usually get better sales talent on LinkedIn though. You'll have your application questions, okay? And then what we do is from there is if they're a good fit or we think they might be a good fit, you either get them on an interview, make sure they're a good fit, and then you give them practice calls to listen to in your script, and you let them take a live sales call, but give them a shitty call that you'd usually cancel. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay.
So
just like that.
Yeah, but give them a shitty call though.
Okay.
So like when your setters talk to someone and they're like, this guy's an idiot, let them talk to that guy.
Okay.
Have him record the call, send it to you. You'll listen, and then you'll know where he's at. It doesn't matter if he closes. You're just kind of listening, like
how
you
he's navigating.
Yeah, like does he follow the script? Does he sound normal? Is he weird? Like, because remember, if you try to take a 3 to a 10, you're gonna get frustrated. But if you take a 7 to a 10, it's easy.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so you do that. That's how I hire all my sales reps. So then what we'll do is we'll email him and we'll say, hey Cameron, here's our script. Here's our recorded sales calls from Tanner. Listen to those and tell us when you're ready for a call. So then what you do is you'll book a call, but you know it sucks, and you're just like, yeah, try to close it. And they're like, well, what do I do if I get him to pay? You're like, just write it down on a piece of paper. And then they send you the call, you listen to it, and then you hire the guy who does the best on the call. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna waste all this time. Guess what they're gonna say when you get on an interview? I'm so good at sales, I'm the best. And it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
So then once you hire them, what's your question? Because now that I hope that's clear now. Is that clear for you?
Yep.
Okay, so now what's your question after that?
When it comes to ramping them, because now you know. Yeah.
Go ahead. So the best way to ramp them is like this. Let's say I hire you to close. You're gonna follow me around first, and you're gonna watch me. We're gonna train, and you're just gonna shadow me on calls. You're not gonna close anything for probably a couple weeks. Then I'm gonna shadow you, which means you're gonna take the calls, but I'm gonna jump in whenever you fuck up. Because what happens, and you need to be careful. If you hire a rep, typically what happens is as soon as you put them in, your sales start to go down.
Yeah.
Okay. So the way you avoid that is, let's say you follow me for 2 weeks, and then you're like, yeah, Tanner, I'm ready. I'm like, cool. You take the call, but if you fuck up or you're messing that up, I'll jump in. And the guy knows I'm there. So I'm like, hey, you're like, hey, John, I'm on the call today. Tanner's here with us, as you see, da-da-da. And he's like, yeah. Like, cool, dude, no problem. And then I'll jump in and save the call, but I'll still pay you. So what happens is you're gonna learn better that way than if I just listen to recorded calls and try to coach you on it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Then eventually, once I feel you're ready, I'll jump off completely, and then we'll just go to trainings.
Review calls together.
But I don't do that at first, because if you do it at first, you're gonna lose so much money.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose tons of money.
In your opinion, from your experience, what do you believe someone would have to do to become a better student, leader, and a person to level up and actually deserve the success, regardless?
I think you're doing it. I think you don't think you know everything. You're young. You're taking action. You got big balls, dude. I mean, you got huge balls for what you're doing at your age. Keep investing in yourself. Don't be stupid with your money.
Yeah.
Like, don't go buy a fucking car. Don't go fucking buy. Like, bro, after all the money I've made, you know what I like the most? I like that out there, and I got a sauna in the other room, and I like going to dinners with my friends. So save as much as you can, and then keep investing in coaching when you need it. I don't think you need to have a coach 24/7, but like I've spent $3 million on coaches over the last 6 years, but I've made a lot too. So like, keep investing in you, keep building your skills, and as you build your skills and you become a better leader, you keep building your business, you learn how to run ads, you learn how to do sales, you learn how to manage, like you'll become better. And then when you're in your early 20s, you'll be a fucking killer, dude, because you're gonna be, you're so far ahead of people. I talk to a lot, he's a good friend of mine. I get a lot of value from that relationship. I read his books, I listen to podcasts a lot. Like, I'm not saying you have to do that to be better, but like at the gym, instead of listening to music, you know what I listen to? I always podcasts. I listen to Andrew Huberman, Modern Wisdom. I listen to you do like Andy Frisella. There's like, I just try to always, like, I'm trying to get something out of stuff. I'm just not trying to do mindless dribble.
100%.
Right? And then other than that, it's like, just surround yourself with guys going the places you want to go. I think like you showing up here today is great. Like, I think it's amazing.
I have 2 questions for you on that. I'm sure you know who Christian Guzman is.
Yeah.
I actually had a one-on-one for 30 minutes with him. And one of the things he's taught me is that when he goes to the gym, what works for him is that he leaves all of his electronics in the car and he's present. So I'd love your perspective on that.
Yeah.
And the second thing you said was you had a partnership or a relationship with. So in your opinion and experience, what does one person have to do to earn that relationship with someone?
So with Christian, like, does he go in with music or nothing?
No, just
silence.
So
that's your decision. For me personally, I don't think you should go in and listen to a bunch of music and bullshit. That's my personal opinion, but I don't think podcasts are bad because, like, dude, I'm not gonna sit and listen to a podcast doing nothing like that. Like, so I'm not gonna hear everything, but like, if I'm working out for 2 hours, feel like I'd rather also listen to a podcast to get something out of it and focus on that. Christian is like trying to be a pro right now. You know, so like for him, if he's got to really get a good workout, that would make sense to me.
Different stages in life.
Right.
One of the limiting beliefs that I mentioned I had was having someone to sell my product without me is the same as me or better than me, because I've never experienced someone closing that deal without me. So I'm just having to like lower my expectations of what I'm looking at for a closer, give them 100 calls and hopefully.
Well, it's gonna be two things. So the first thing is you need to be able to make enough revenue to pay them a good money. I don't think right now, like, are you maxed out on calls right now?
I'm taking about 5 demos a day.
They gotta make at least typically about 10K a month, bro, to find someone good. And then if you can do that, you'll usually find someone who's pretty experienced who can handle it. But yeah, I mean, they'll probably get results 80% as good as you because you're the face. You can't expect them to be as good as you typically. So it's like lower your expectation by 20%. And then also if you can find someone experienced, like number one recommendation I'll make to you is hire for experience, not potential.
Really?
Dude, 100%. So like where you're at right now, you kind of have to hire for potential because your business isn't that big comparatively. But when you start getting bigger, you want to hire for experience.
Okay. One of my mentors who also, Sergio, Agency Lab, mentioned to me, once you hit like 150, 200K a month, you should roll out a back end, 2 times price, 2 times length. And that will like increase.
Yeah, but like what, I guess I'm curious, like why do you think a mastermind, it should be your back end? Like if I'm your client, why would I pay you for a mastermind? I mean, like mostly what I see guys do is like, if you run an agency, right now, a lot of times on the back end, they might run a mastermind for showing people like how to build an agency, right? That's kind of what Joe Kaplan's doing.
Yeah, so he has Rise, correct.
So is that what you mean by that?
Something like that.
Yeah, you could, but I mean, I would max this out first. You're not even close. Like you have 1 month where you hit over 100, like I'd max that out first. Okay. I also don't think it's necessarily accurate what he's saying. Like until you'll know when you're maxed out. Like him saying you're gonna max out at 200. It's like, what's the basis for that? As long as you spend money on ads and you spend more and you make more, you can spend as much as you want. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, so once you're spending more, and then your revenue is not, your profit is not going up anymore. That's when you either have to optimize, or that's where it's like, hey, I'm maxed out. So like my company has been as high as 2 million a month. Why haven't we gone past that? Because we had to spend too much money to acquire a customer past that point, right? My company's too big, we have too many employees, we can't spend, like we have to spend too much money, so that's where our max is. You're not there yet. So there's no such thing as someone telling you this is how big your company can get. That's bull. It's like you spend until it doesn't make sense financially anymore. You're not even close. You spent 20 grand last month and made 111. So why don't you just spend until it doesn't make sense financially, and then you can build something. Trying to build 2 things at once is hard, bro. I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, I appreciate that. Can I get a picture?
Of course, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Good pick.
I pretty much got my entire marketing process stripped apart, and now I know that based off of the first 30 minutes alone, I guarantee that's gonna like at least double my sort of output. The benefit of having someone like Tanner at that level looking into my business from a third point of view, absolutely amazing. That part is the biggest nugget that I got from this today. If you're someone starting your own business, one of the regrets that I made was that I did not, as corny as it sounds, I waited an entire year to invest in my first coach because of my ego. If you're someone starting out, put your ego aside, find someone who's actually done it, right? From what I understand, Tanner built a company to like $70 million, which is a lot of money than any of us will ever see. Not a lot of people will take time out of their days to sit down with a random business owner and audit their company and tell them exactly what to do. Tanner being someone who's done it, the goal here is to sort of understand his decision-making process and how he thinks about problems and solutions. So for the next person, do a lot of probing.